Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gold Prospecting at Home. This is episode number 166, and normally for my own products that I sell on my website, I have a specific product description video. I don't consider them Gold Prospecting at Home videos, but since, as far as I know, this is going to be the most expensive, most valuable gold Paydirt bucket product ever on YouTube, I figured I have to make a video on it. So it's still going to be on the website as a product description video, but it's also going to be a regular video on YouTube. So today we are going to be going through my Gold Massive Paydirt Bucket. This one contains over 10 troy ounces of gold. It weighs over 18 pounds, and it's going to be crazy. So let's go to the website and we'll see what this exactly is. All right, the Gold Massive Paydirt Bucket has custom amounts of gold up to 10 troy ounces. These massive paydirt buckets contain 15 to 20 pounds of unsearched gold-rich mining concentrates straight from the KGP Grand Placer Gold Claim in Grand County, Colorado. If you guys have not seen my previous videos from last month, that shows the whole process of finding and staking a gold claim, and that is the actual gold claim from those videos. Each bucket has natural placer gold, flakes, flour, and nuggets starting at 10 grams and available all the way up to 10 troy ounces, which is what we have here today. So there's more information here. You can go to the website and read it all if you like. Now we're going to switch it to 10 troy ounces of gold. After you add gold, you can scroll back to the top and see exactly how much it's going to cost. Now, the good thing about my Paydirt products is you know exactly how much gold you're going to get at a minimum. You're always going to get more than that. So you can actually price out to see how much gold you're going to get. So if we go over to the gold calculator and we type in 311.03 grams, which is the same as 10 troy ounces. We have it set to 24 karat pure because if you guys didn't already know, if you have natural placer gold and you're looking to sell it, you can go to kleshgold.com, click on the sell your gold page. I'll send you a free quote and buy your gold. Today's gold price is $3,988.80 on October 6, 2025. So we're going to get at least $39,887 worth of gold. And the good thing about my products is you're always going to get more than the guaranteed minimum amount. I can confidently say we're going to get at least $40,000 worth of gold. It's going to cost us $51,000, which means our expected minimum ROI is going to be around 78%, which is really, really good. Yes, you're losing $11,000 to purchase this product, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. 11 grand? What? Are you stupid? I mean, if I would have purchased this 4 years ago and panned it out now, I would have doubled my money. So even though gold Paydirt is not an investment product for sure, especially not short term, it can be valuable in the future. Historically, it always has been. For example, if you check my previous video, episode 165, that Paydirt was sitting on my shelf since 2021. I opened it and panned it out and actually more than doubled my money, and that was only a half a gram of gold. This is 10 troy ounces, so imagine, 4 years down the road, who knows what gold's gonna be. Not financial advice, of course. If you're going to invest in gold, don't buy Paydirt. Buy gold coins, buy gold bullion, obviously, hopefully, obviously. Anyway, let's take this over to the panning station, and we're going to pan out 10 troy ounces plus of gold. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, here it is, the Gold Massive Paydirt Bucket from kleshgold.com with 10 plus troy ounces of gold added. Let's take a look at it in a pan. Nice. All right, so like I said before, this thing is 18 pounds. They come between 15 and 20 pounds. So as you might have guessed, when I ship these things out, they have to be shipped with all tracking and insurance. This one here has to be insured for $51,000. So it is $120 flat rate shipping for these things. These buckets start at 10 grams of gold and go all the way up to 10 troy ounces. All right, let's open this thing up. I do zip tie them. This dirt contains over 10 ounces of gold. That is crazy to think. I see some gold right there. There's gold all over the place. I mean, obviously we're gonna see gold This is actually pretty nuts. Now when I have a lot of material like this, 5 pounds or more usually, I like to run it through my sluice box. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and classify this stuff down to a couple different sizes. We're gonna make things a little bit easier. This is the Arbor Fabricating 1/8 inch classifier. I'll just dump the bucket in here. And any gold nuggets, this is where we're gonna find them. All right, I transferred it over to a larger gold pan because I couldn't really shake it around enough over top of the bucket. And so I poured some out because I had too much in the classifier, and I'm instantly seeing gold nuggets, pieces of gold all in there. You could probably see more on camera than I can with my eyes, but there's a lot of gold in there so far. This is like a crystallized piece of gold here. Really rough gold. There's smooth gold, nuggets and pickers. It's pretty crazy. Now this is the most expensive pay dirt I ever did. Another reason I'm putting this video on my main channel is because a lot of people request, hey, are you gonna do another gold pay dirt bucket video? And I've already done everything from $1,000 to $1,500, $2,500, $5,000, $10,000. And I couldn't find anywhere that sold pay dirt buckets more than that. This is absolutely 5 times more expensive than the most expensive pay dirt bucket I've ever done. And once we pan this out, you'll see exactly why. There's a piece of gold, there's a piece of gold, there's a piece of gold. Okay, enough playing around. This is our plus 1/8 inch. Now let's classify this down to kitchen strainer. I have this nice kitchen strainer that Arbor Fabricating made for me. If you guys want any of these classifiers that I show on my videos, these Arbor Fabricating classifiers, these are all handmade, and you can purchase them from the link down in the description. If you want to purchase one, use the discount code SKProspect for a discount. Look at this. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is completely full of gold. I don't want to spill any of this. If you're new to gold prospecting and you're wondering why I'm classifying this stuff down, or using like these sifters, it's because when we're panning out the material and you have water in there, if you have big rocks mixed in with little rocks and you're panning it back, those big rocks tend to knock the smaller gold away. So that's why we like to classify all of our concentrates or pay dirt. All right, I got a good amount left here. I'm gonna go ahead and classify this, and then we can start removing the magnetics. Look at all that gold, man. That is crazy. Okay, here we have our plus and minus 1/4 inch size material. This is where all the nuggets are. This is where your pickers and stuff are gonna be. And then in here is gonna be all the flakes and flour gold and all of the magnetic material that we have to remove now. So sorry for the sounds. I got some construction going on right now. So I'll bring over my kleshgold.com black sand removal tool. If you want to get one, they are $18 right now on kleshgold.com. As you can hear and see, there is a lot of black sand up there at the KGP Grand Placer claim. If you've watched those other videos, you know about the black sand situation up there. So having a magnet of some sort, these are actually pretty good because it's a strong neodymium magnet, and it just makes the job a lot easier. But I'm gonna go through this and remove as much black sand as I can. If you're wondering why I need to remove the black sand, if you're new here, it's because the black sand is extremely heavy, and when you're getting to the final parts of panning for gold, the black sand creates a situation where it likes to stay with the gold, and if you can remove it before you get to that point, it makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, I've been at it for about, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. I have the technology to do it faster, and you guys seem to like that black sand dry separator, so let's show it off again. Okay, this is the machine I'm talking about. Basically, you run the material through the funnel. There's a spinning magnet in here that brings the magnetic material to this side, and it'll drop into this cup, and all the non-magnetic material will fall into this pan down here. We'll fire it up. It looks like I got most of it. You can't see too much magnetic stuff coming over, so I think I did get the majority, but it doesn't hurt to run it through. There's so much gold in there, you can kind of see it just falling out. It's like a waterfall of gold. All right, I'll continue running this, and then we can get to the next step. I thought I would run my magnetic material through just so you guys can see how this thing works. There you go. And then this is magnetic. Scrape it down into the cup. And I'll finish it up. All right, here we have the plus 1/8 inch, minus 1/8 inch. This is minus kitchen strainer. And then we have the magnetic material. Now normally I would pan out the magnetics. The reason being is this magnet is extremely strong and sometimes it'll grab, like imagine if there was a little flake of gold hidden in there somewhere. Even though the gold's not magnetic, it can sometimes get trapped in the black sand. But with the electromagnetic dry separator machine, I never pan my black sands because that machine has very close to 100% recovery rate, meaning every time that I have panned the black sands after running that machine, I never found any gold. Maybe a little negligible piece of flour gold here and there. So we don't have to pan this out. All right, now we get to process all this material. I'm gonna pan the bigger stuff out last by hand because this is gonna be insane. So we'll save that for last. This would take forever to pan by hand, so we're gonna concentrate it down to a manageable size by running it through the recirculating sluice system. Okay, this is my recirculating sluice system. I have it at 10 degrees. This is a Dream Mat. I already broke all the bubbles with a brush. So we'll fire this thing up. Before I run any of this material, I'm gonna make sure I wet it down so I can just steal some water from here. That works. Now it's time to feed the machine. Oh, wow, look at this. I don't even have to move the camera, I don't think. Can you see that? It's already full of gold. I'm gonna run this and then I'll bring the camera in closer for a better look. I'm only halfway done with this, and all of my cells are getting clogged up. Take a look. There's so much gold in here that it can't hold any more. It's almost completely clogged up. We still got some room down here. I guess we'll keep running. And of course I'm gonna repan all of the tailings. I'm just gonna turn off the sluice so you guys can see this. I mean, there is gold. It's pretty amazing though how good the Dream Mat works. You can see that the gold really doesn't go past here. The bigger cells automatically catch that gold, and down here there's maybe 1 or 2 pickers that you can see. Of course I'm gonna repan the tailings, but that is nuts, dude. I would say there's probably 10,000, 15,000 bucks worth of gold right here. Okay, I just cleaned out the sluice box. This is pretty much all the pickers. And I went ahead and added some water to the finer material, and something crazy happened. You can see all the gold and some dirt just floating on the surface tension. Let's add some jet dry to this and see if it breaks the surface tension like it's supposed to. Oh yeah, might have to give it a little stir, but there goes all that floating gold. I can see gold all throughout here. This is just full of gold. We're gonna run this through the sluice next. I just have to make sure it's completely wet. It's kind of dry like that, you see? All right, I just wet this down and kind of making a $50,000 gold milkshake here. All right, now it's safe to run through the sluice. Otherwise, that gold could float right on the surface tension. Wow, there's so much gold. I mean, the top cells are almost already full. Let me zoom in. That is nuts. I've never panned so much gold in my life. At one time, anyway. All right, just wanted to get a different angle so you can kind of see how this just drops the gold right out. All right, so I just went ahead and shut off the sluice, and you can see how much gold is actually in there. And again, the sluice box is catching hopefully all of the gold, but there's even gold up here. I'm gonna clean this out, and then we can start panning. After I run the tailings, I'll let you know if I find anything. All right, I'm taking a look, and I see one flake of gold down here. This is all the tailings, by the way. I'll clean this sluice out, and we'll pan this first just to see what we actually missed. These dream mats are, it's pretty unbelievable that there's no gold visible here, but let's pan it out to make sure. After running the tailings through the sluice box, this is what's left. So I'm just gonna pan it back slowly to see if we see any gold. And I actually already see some gold up here in the corner. You can see there's a flake poking through. I think there's more gold in here than I'm expecting, so we're gonna do it like one spoonful at a time. All right, so I thought about using Crusty Rusty for the video. However, Crusty Rusty is only that thin, so we're gonna use Auto from AutoZone. I'll add some water and some jet dry to break the surface tension. And like I said, we'll do about that much just to make sure we get 100% recovery here. If we find a lot of gold in here, it's not going to surprise me too much because that is a lot of gold trying to fill up that sluice box without cleaning it. But this will show you how much recovery those dream mats actually give you. All right, so we got like 1, 2, 3 little pieces of gold. All right, I'll just use my snuffer to grab this gold, and I'll continue the process for, there's not too much here, just a little bit. Actually, a pretty nice picker got through. Look at that. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of black sand here. We'll spin it back and see how much we missed. Out of approximately $40,000 worth of gold, running it all through the sluice box, there's a little bit in there. So there's probably a 1/4 gram of gold missed. That's not bad for over 10 troy ounces of gold. But this right here is why I always run the tailings, no matter how good you think your recovery is. Okay, here we have an absolutely insane amount of gold. The weight of this gold in my hands is crazy. It's you know, a 1/2 inch thick of pickers. Even this super sluice full of fines, look at that. It's at least, no exaggeration, that's like a 1/4 inch or more, 3/8 of an inch thick of gold. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start processing this stuff. So I guess I'll just do like 2 spoonfuls of it. I mean, it's more gold than dirt. All right, I'll just start panning it off here. It's really weird panning this much in your pan at once. It sure looks nice though. I think the best way to process this is to just pan off as much of the light material that I can without losing gold, and then letting it dry, and then probably blowing across it. I'm not sure. I have never. So when you have this much gold in your pan, you can see that there's kind of a challenge. When you tip it, yeah, you get some of this light stuff to wash off, but then your gold automatically starts trying to creep out of the pan. So I think the best way to do this actually is to do smaller amounts, I guess. This is a lot of processing. So I'll be right back. This is just crazy. Like, look at that. It's just all, it's so hard to separate the dirt from the gold. It's like I have more gold than dirt by far at this point. All right. I mean, I'm just gonna try to separate as much as I can and then grab the rest with the snuffer. It's not gonna be completely clean, but I think the best way to clean this is gonna be after it's dry, I can dry it out and lay it on a piece of paper and blow across it to remove the non-gold material. I think that's what we're gonna have to do here. Now, let's go ahead and pan the bigger stuff. This is gonna be 1,000 times easier. I could probably do it all at once, but I don't think I want to. I'll do about that much first. but you'll see that the lighter material just rolls right off and the gold's gonna stay behind. It's a lot of gold right there. It's actually heavy in my hand. I'm seeing a bunch of these like black rocks that are staying behind. I wonder if they're magnetic. Oh yeah. That makes it a lot easier. Cool. Instead of trying to suck it up with the snuffer bottle, I know it's all clean. I'm just gonna use the funnel here. And see how much easier this pans off. That fine material is so much harder because you have that really, really fine gold. The reason this is easier is because the gold is so much bigger. It's more dense than almost all of the rocks around it, so it just makes it easier, much easier to process. And this magnet here makes all the difference for this step. All right, just an FYI, I am panning the tailings from all that other stuff I was just panning, and I'm finding maybe 2 or 3 flakes per pan. Yeah, I don't know if I'm off my game today or if it's just so much gold that it's kind of inevitable that I'm gonna lose some. But if you do buy this product, make sure you go through your tailings at least once. I think I was being too aggressive when I was panning the first time around. By the way, this pay dirt is at an intermediate level. I didn't want to have an expert or a beginner level just because I wanted to keep it pretty much the same. There's so much gold in this snuffer bottle that when I turn it, the gold actually starts pouring out, so I got to get another snuffer bottle. Right now I've got 2 snuffer bottles that have so much gold in it I can't really turn them upside down. All right guys, I know I said I would pan this out last. I think it'd be more fun to just sit here and kind of pick out the nuggets as I see them. There's some pretty nice ones in here. It's just full of gold. Yeah, I think it'd be more fun to just kind of sit here for a little while and pick out some nuggets. It's pretty heavy. 7 grams. And these bigger nuggets can be sold at a pretty hefty premium too. All right, we got some pretty nice nuggets out of that. This one weighed 7 grams, that's the biggest one. And then there's a couple other ones here that are like a few grams a piece. And then a whole bunch of small nuggets. Now picking through this stuff took a lot longer than I wanted it to, but it was kind of fun. But I just want to pan it out to make sure I didn't miss anything. I probably did. Is that a nugget? I think I missed one. Yeah, I sure did. Well, actually, I probably missed a lot more than that because I have a lot more to pan. As you can see, these big rocks pan off extremely easy. This would have been so much faster than sitting there trying to pick through it. And this is the 3rd pan I'm doing, or the 4th pan I'm doing, and I found a gold nugget in every one of the pans. So I'm expecting to find another one here. I think I see one. Yep, there is one. That's a very dark looking nugget there. That's why I missed it, I guess. All right, this is the last of it, and I see 2 nuggets here. 2 pickers. There we go. That's awesome. All right, the last step is to empty these snuffer bottles and do a final cleanup. There's no black sands in it because we removed that with the magnets. I think what I'm gonna do is dry it out and then put like a spoonful on a piece of paper and then blow across it, and then all the light material, the non-gold, will blow away, leaving the gold behind. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try that. The reason I have 4 pans here is because I have 3 different snuffer bottles plus the nuggets. I want to keep it all separate, the different size gold. So here's our pickers, and then this one just has a few flakes in it. These few flakes I'm just going to mix in with the other stuff here. So I only have 3 pans to worry about. Actually, I only have 2 to worry about. All right, to dry this out, I'm going to transfer it to a metal pan. A lot of floating gold in there. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna pour off the water And I'm gonna heat this pan to dry the stuff out quickly and efficiently. This is a technique that I picked up somewhere. I don't know if I saw it on a YouTube video or if I came up with it myself. I honestly can't remember. All right, here's the last little bit. You can see it's mostly dirt. And as long as you don't pass out, you should be good to go. I'll pull it into the light so you can see. It's all dirt. That gold is pretty darn clean. All right, guys, that was crazy. That took about 7 hours of tedious work, hunched over. My back is killing me. Heather popped my back, so I'm a little bit better. But let's take a look and see how much this gold is actually worth in today's US dollar value. We got 333.72 grams. And of course, we're calling it 24 karat. And the gold price is about the same as it was. Actually, it went up to 3,998. Oh man, it almost hit $4,000 while I was making this video. That is crazy. Let's see what it's worth. So $42,797. 42,797 is what percent of 51,000? 83.9%. So basically an 84% return. Yeah, you're still losing a couple $1,000s though. These big buckets, every time I do one, this is actually one of the better ones that I've done, if not the best. However, no matter how good they are, there's always that big gap of like lost money. So like when you buy smaller bags of pay dirt, yeah, your return is like 80-90%, and you lose about 10-20% usually. But for like a big bucket like this, 10 or 20% is a significant amount of money. That's why I don't like buying them, just because they're like kind of disappointing, but they are so much fun, and that's why I'm starting to offer them. A lot of people have been asking for Paydirt bucket videos. Are you gonna do another Paydirt bucket video? And there's nobody that sells them. So, I mean, yeah, I would love to do them, but the only way I could get them is if I make them. So, I mean, now this is a $50,000. What's coming next? There will be another video, and it will be more expensive. If you want to buy a massive gold Paydirt bucket, go over to kleshgold.com and get yourself a truckload of them. They're very affordable, but seriously, they're not for investing. Hopefully you guys understand that. These are for fun and education. This kind of bucket, I'm not really sure who would purchase this. Maybe some rich dude living at the, you know, penthouse floor of a casino somewhere, like Biff from Back to the Future. I don't know, maybe a family of hillbillies that are just like struck oil or something, and now they want to do this for fun. I really don't have any idea who would purchase something like this, because there's much better ways to invest your money if you're looking to invest in gold. I know I'm not the best salesman talking down about my product like that. However, if you do want it, it's there, and they start at 10 grams, which I think they're like $1,600 to start. So you can get a massive Paydirt bucket with just 10 grams in it instead of 10 ounces. And then if you wanted, 2 grams up to 5 grams, I sell the custom gold Paydirt bags as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks everyone for watching my video. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that actually watched the whole thing, so I really appreciate that. Also, a big thanks to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members on the screen. And if you like this video, you're going to like the other ones linked here on the screen as well. And thanks for watching.